Alright, Algebra 1, 7.3, more multiplication properties of exponents. Objectives today, the students will learn to raise a power to a power. Students will learn to raise a power to a power, or a product to a power. Alright, raising a power to a power. To raise a power to a power, multiply the exponents. So, algebra. A to the m to the n equals a to the m to the n. You just multiply those together. Where a is not 0 and m and n are rational numbers. Expression, or examples. We have 5 to the 4th to the 2nd. That means you can take your exponents and multiply them. So you take 4 times 2, which you would get 8. So now you have 5 to the 8th. Alright, now we have a to the 3 over 2 as your exponent, to the 3rd again, so raise it to another 3rd. So you multiply that, obviously. If you've ever multiplied fractions, the rules are the same thing. So you take 3 times 3, you get 9 over 2. So a is to the 9 over 2. Alright, simplifying a power raised to a power. We have p to the 5th to the 4th. So we have a power to a power, which means we have to multiply. So we have p to the 5th times 4, which means our answer would be p to the 20th. Alright, here we have p to the 4th to the 5th. So we have p times 4, or to the 4th times 5, which is still p to the 20th. Alright, here we have p to the 1/2 to the 1/4. So we have p raised to the 1/2 times 1/4, which means we got to multiply our fractions here. 1 times 1 is 1. Alright, 2 times 4 is 8. So we get p to the 1/8. Alright, not too hard so far. Alright, now, a little bit more challenging. Alright, we now can, first thing, now this is kind of like the order of operations. If you have a power to a power, you want to do that first. Then you want to look for like bases and see if you can combine anything. Okay? So, on this first one, do we have a power of power? Yes. It is x to the 6th to the -4. Alright, so when we multiply these two together, we are going to get x to the 2nd, because we're going to bring that along, and we're going to get x to the -24. Alright, so now we've done lesson 7.3. Now we're going to be going basically back to what we did in lesson 7.2. And that is, we have like basis, we can add this. We get x to the -22. Alright, now we're going to lesson 7.1. What do we do when we have a negative exponent? Well, we take it to the denominator. We get the same exponent, the only thing is the negative disappeared. We are done. Alright, here, we have to see if we're taking a power to a power. We are right here. So we have to multiply these. Well, these will cross reduce, which leaves me with w to the -2 and w to the 5th. We are going to add our exponents, so we should get w to the 3rd. That would be my answer. Once again, we got to see if we got a power to a power. We do. It's right here. So we have s. When we multiply that, we're going to get a negative times a negative. That's going to be a positive 5 over 2. And we have an s with 3 over 2 still left. So now we're multiplying here. So we have a like basis. So we add our exponents. We get s to the 8 over 2. can we reduce? Just like any other fraction, we can reduce this, and we get s to the 4th. There is my answer for that. Alright, simplifying a product raised to a power. Alright, so what is simplified form of each expression? We have these parentheses now. We have to distribute into the parentheses to each object. So we're going to have 7 to the 3rd. When we have a power to a power, we're going to multiply it, so we're going to get m to the 27th. If you take 7 times 7 times 7, I'm trying to think what you should get. I want to believe it's like 343. So when we simplify this, we should get 343 m to the 27th. Done. Alright, got to distribute this in, distribute it in. We're going to get 2 to the negative 4th, z to the negative 4th. I'm going to get rid of the negatives, which means I'm going to go 1 over 2 to the positive 4, because that's how I got rid of my negative, z to the 4th. Alright, 2 to the 4th, I believe that is 16, z to the 4th, over 1, answer. Alright, got to distribute this through, so we're going to get 3 to the negative 2, we're going to distribute, which means we're going to multiply our exponents, g to the negative 8. Alright, to get rid of that, we're going to have to take it to the bottom, so we're going to get 1, 3 to the 2nd, g to the 8th. Alright, which is going to be 1, which is 9, g to the 8th. There's your answer. Alright? There we go. Those are my answers for that slide. Okay, making it a little harder here again. We still have to distribute if we can, and then we also have to do our power to a power. Alright, right here, the first thing we have, I'm going to look at this x to the negative 2 to the 2. We have a power to a power, we're going to get x to the negative 4. Alright, here we got to distribute that through, we're going to get 3 to the 4th. Alright, we're going to get x to the 4th because of distributing it in. And we're going to get y to the 20th. Alright, this is all multiplication, so I'm going to add like bases. This and this would give me x to the 0, which is 1, which when multiplied is just going to give me my identity. 3 to the 4th is going to be 3 times 3, which is 9, times another 3 is 27, times another 3 is 81. Alright, we still have y to the 20th. That is my answer. Alright, we're going to distribute here again. We're going to get 3 to the 4th again, because we distributed there. Now we have to multiply exponents. So we are going to get c to the 20th over 2. Alright, after that, we've done everything there, so we're going to do it here. We get c to the 6th. Alright, we can reduce this down. We're going to get c to the 10th, because just like fractions, we can reduce that. Alright, if I believe right, we figured out this was 81. Bring that down. Let's get information to take from the other one. So we're going to get 81 c to the 16th. Okay. Now, we have distribute this out. We get 6 to the 3rd. We have that to the a, so a to the 3rd. That to the b, so it's going to be b to the 3rd. Distribute this, we're going to get 25. Alright. distribute it again, we're going to get a to the negative 6. Alright, we can combine bases. This is going to give me 216. A and A, that's going to be a to the negative 3. B is going to be b to the, I also forgot my 25. And we are going to go b to the third. Alright, we have to multiply these two together. 216 times 25 is 5,400. Alright, A's got to go to the bottom to get rid of that, so we're going to have a to the third to the bottom. The b to the third is going to stay on top. There's my answer for that one. Alright, on this one, a word problem. The only thing is, based off of the problem they do in the book, this is the second step of it, or second part of it. I did not put the formula you need to use on here, which is m times v to the second, which will get you joules. Alright? And I believe it's 1/2. So we're going to have 1/2. My mass is 2.5. That's what m represents. Times 10 to the 5th. So I'm going to sub that in for m. V is going to represent for our speed, which is 3 times 10 to the second. Alright? And that was squared. Alright? When we multiply this, we are going to get 9, so that's going to be distributed that and this, times 10 to the 4th. So we still have the 2.5 times 10 to the 5th, and the 1/2. Alright, when I multiply this times this, I should get 22.5 times, alright, got base 10s, we can add the exponents, we get 10 to the 9th, 1/2. Alright, only one significant figure ever in science. Your science teacher will always tell you that. So you distribute, or you move the decimal one spot. So you're going to have 1/2 times 2.25 times 10. And since we made this number, or we moved it to the left, we're going to add a place here. So we're 10 into the 10th. Alright, multiply that by 1/2. You are going to get 1.125 times 10 to the 10th. That is your answer. There was going to be your homework. Right now we're doing worksheets. So, you have a worksheet.